It's been a while. Welcome to my new show called Out of the Pistol with the artist formerly known as Joe Nubo. And that's right, I did say formerly known because, ladies and gentlemen, for the past about, say, 3 or 4 years, I've been on my channel. Most of you have known me as Joe Nubo, and that has been what I have been going as. But today, we have to evolve. Just like the new season is upon us with the legal tampering period in the NFL free agency, and believe me, we're going to be getting into all the news today, all the Ravens news. They lost their pass rushers in Yannick Ngakoue and Matt Judon. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the signing of Kevin Zeitler, as well as some other news here. That's what Out of the Pistol is all about. It's about quick hit news, talking about, what's going on, mostly NFL news, mostly Ravens news. But we will be getting into other topics, and they're going to be quick hitters. It's not going to be much. It's going to be about 1-minute topics, maybe 2 minutes at the most. Going back to it, yes, I have been known as Joe Nubo for pretty much my entire YouTube career here on this channel, even dating back to when it was just called the Noob Football Podcast. However, today, we are no longer going to be known as Joe Nubo. I am going to be using my actual name, my legal name, if you will, some might say my government name. I don't know if I'm using that term correctly, but yes, I will be using my real name. My real name is Jose Verduzco. That's right. Now, I know this might be a little bit alien to you guys. Maybe you're not used to this, but yes, I do want to use my real name on this show. But like I said, this is going to be Out of the Pistol. That's going to be the name of the new show. And, there's some changes going on around here, fellas. But I hope you guys stick around with me. I hope you guys stay with me. Streams are not going anywhere. During the games, during the draft, that's all going to be there. But we're changing around the format a little bit here. So appreciate you guys sticking around. If you're new around here, I'm sorry for rambling, but it's kind of what I do. So you'll get used to it. But thank you guys so much for being patient with me. And let's get right into the news, coming straight out of the pistol. And I just realized that I made the hand signals of a shotgun or something, so it probably should be something like this. I apologize. News is coming out, at a fast pace. The news just dropped about Yannick Ngakoue signing with the Raiders. That literally just dropped at the time of recording. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more news coming out tonight and probably tomorrow as well. So we'll see what goes on. But again, I want to get right into the news. I've been talking way too much. I've been setting this up way too much for you guys. Let's just get straight into it. Yes, I've been taking a break. Yes, I'm still fat, as you can definitely see. That's not going to change. Well, I hope it does change, but we'll see. I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll see what happens there. Anyway, so first piece of news. Drew Brees actually, literally retired. He finally made the announcement. I believe it was on Sunday, which was yesterday. I don't know why I'm acting like Sunday was a different day. Today is Monday. Drew Brees retired. And with the retiring of Drew Brees, the Saints went ahead and extended a little man called Taysom Hill. I don't know why I referred to him as a little man when he is not a little man. He's probably much taller and more athletic than me. He's definitely more athletic than me. I don't know why I said probably. Taysom Hill signed a 4-year extension worth $140 million. So for the layman, that's about $35 million per year. A lot of people are saying, look, this isn't a real extension. This isn't a real contract. It's just, it can be voided after the couple years, whatever it is. I understand. But don't you think that Lamar Jackson is still going to use the Taysom Hill extension in his contract negotiations? Ravens, get it done. Now, yesterday, we need to get this contract done with Lamar, right now, because it keeps getting worse. Dak already signed his 4-year, $160 million deal, $40 million per year, and Taysom Hill just signed a 4-year, $140 million extension. So we need to get this contract done because the price continues to go up for Lamar Jackson, so that needs to get cracking. All right? And I don't care what kind of contract it is. Lamar's going to use that. Whether it's his mom, whether he hires an agent, whether it's himself, whoever negotiates, whatever it is, they're going to use that. Another quick piece of news, quick hitter. Packers sign Aaron Jones, and they opt to sign Aaron Jones instead of their all-pro center. Well, he might not be an all-pro. I should have done my research, but he is definitely a very good center there for the Packers, or he was, as they opt to sign Aaron Jones for 4 years, $48 million, while the Chargers actually signed Corey Linsley for 5 years, $62.5 million. Huge contract for Corey Linsley. Shame that the Ravens couldn't end up signing him, as the Ravens fans, myself included, really wanted to see us sign Corey Linsley. Not gonna happen. Chargers are the ones that end up winning the Corey Linsley sweepstakes there. But the Packers actually spend money on a running back instead of an offensive lineman, and that is just terrible. That is something that I would never do. You guys know that I don't believe in paying running backs at all. I believe in building your offensive line. The Packers are doing things ass backwards. They drafted a quarterback in the first round last year and a running back in the second round, and they just re-signed their running back. You know, you thought that he was going to be their replacement. This is just getting messy. This is getting ugly for the Packers. But hey, I'm sure they're still going to be doing well in the playoffs. They're probably going to get to the NFC Championship game again, just because Aaron Rodgers is that damn good, and then they're probably going to get knocked out again. And this is just kind of the perpetual hell that Packers fans have to live in. And yes, of course, the big news for the Baltimore Ravens today: they did sign Kevin Zeitler, who is an offensive guard. It looks like he is going to be sliding right into that right guard spot. You know, really good signing. I like this signing a lot. The details: 3 years, $22 million. Very good deal. Now, I understand Kevin Zeitler is a little bit of an older player. He's about 31 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But he should slide right into that right guard spot. You know, that was one of those positions that after Marshall Yonder retired, we're just kind of sitting there like, hey, man, what are we going to do? You know, and we didn't really replace him either. So, not saying that Kevin Zeitler is going to come right in and immediately replace Marshall Yanda, because you can never do that. Former Brown and Bengal. So, he's very familiar with how it is to play in the AFC North. He has that in him. He's like, you know what? I played with the Giants for a little bit, but come on, it's the NFC least. Like, there are a bunch of bitches over there. Let's be real. You want to play man football. You want to play like a man in the AFC North and go to the Ravens. But hey, Kevin Zeitler's like, look, we're going to run the ball a lot, and, you know, offensive linemen do prefer run blocking. Makes a lot of sense for both Kevin Zeitler, for the Ravens. Need an offensive guard. He should slide right into right guard. Now, the offensive line, you know, still has some holes. Obviously, the center is still a problem. A lot of people are speculating that Bradley Bozeman might move to the center position. We'll see. I think they might keep him at left guard, in my opinion, and maybe sign a center or draft a center, if I had to guess. And then there's, of course, the question about right tackle. Is Orlando Brown going to be traded? Which we're going to discuss later, because there was a rumor floating around. But yes, Orlando Brown Jr. probably going to be traded, and we're probably going to need another right tackle. And also Ronnie Stanley coming off that injury. How good is he going to be playing? So there's still question marks on this offensive line, but I'm hoping that the Ravens are not done building this offensive line, because they need to. Other piece of news: the Patriots signed Matt Judon, and that's right, Judon is gone. He is no longer a Baltimore Raven, and the crazier thing is that he only signed for $14 million a year, as his contract numbers are 4 years, $56 million. So that tells me that the Ravens did not want anything to do with Matt Judon. They did not want him to come back, and the Patriots pounced. And I actually really like this move for the Patriots. I think that it fits really well. You know, I had questions if he was going to go to any other team, really. Because if you look at him as just a dominant pass rusher, he's going to pad those stats. No, that's not him. That's not Matt Judon. He's not going to fix your pass rush. However, going to a team like the Patriots that do, you know, play a fairly similar type of defense that the Ravens do, 3-4 mostly, and they do have those outside linebackers. They do drop back into coverage on occasion, which is something that Matt Judon did a lot. So I think that this signing to the Patriots fits perfectly for Matt Judon. Like, it's the perfect team. If he would have signed anywhere else, I would have had questions. I would have said, you know, look out for Judon. I don't really think he's going to do that well. But the fact that it's the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think it's a good pickup for them. I really do. As for the Ravens side, are we going to miss him? Yeah, you know, in a way, I liked him as a player. A lot of people did not like him because, you know, he was supposed to be that guy. He was supposed to be the guy that basically replaced Terrell Suggs, which he just never lived up to. But how can you, right? And this is the problem that a lot of Ravens fans have. Oh, if the linebacker is not Ray Lewis, if the safety is not Ed Reed, they're trash. They suck. But that's just the, you know, that's the type of quality players that the Ravens have had. So can you blame them? But great signing for the Patriots. I think it makes a lot of sense. And next we have the Chiefs. They signed Joe Thuney, former Patriot, as he just left the Patriots squad, going over to another AFC team, the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs, as we know, lost both of their tackles that got cut. You know, they're expected to lose their center. Joe Thuney is a great signing for the Chiefs, but how are they getting away with it?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Where are they getting all this money? And again, the cap space to me is a myth. I'm never going to believe it. I'm going to take it about as seriously as I take cancel culture, which is not seriously at all. And I'll tell you why. Because I will not take cancel culture seriously as long as Chris Brown still has a career. I will not take cap space seriously as long as the Chiefs keep signing people to like $80 million contracts, $150 million contracts. It's not real to me. But hey, regardless, the Chiefs shore up their offensive line. They got to protect Patrick Mahomes any way they can. So Joe Thuney is obviously a great signing for them, but it doesn't make sense to me. But hey, they did it. And then finally, the Raiders did sign Yannick Ngakoue, and I don't believe at this time that there are any, I don't see anything, don't see any contract details for Yannick Ngakoue just yet. But that means, what does that mean? The Ravens lost both of their starting pass rushers from last year. Now, you might be thinking, hey man, this sucks. And I understand. That this sucks. But listen, what I think the Ravens are going to do, they're going to continue building the strengths, and they're going to continue let the weakness be the weakness, right? I believe they're going to be bringing back Pernell McPhee. I would like to imagine, unless they signed him already, and I totally forgot, I apologize, let me know in the comments. And also, Tyus Bowser, I believe, will be coming back to the Ravens. Those two players, I think, will be coming back, and that's pretty much it. You might see the Ravens draft, some pass rushers, outside linebackers to just kind of, help out that, but I just don't believe that they're going to really focus on that. I think they're going to continue make the strength, the defensive line, and the secondary. Not saying I necessarily agree with it, because you guys know I love those dominant pass rushers, but it doesn't look like the Ravens are planning on going in that direction. I believe they will continue to make a strength in the defensive line and the secondary. And then finally, the rumor about the Jags and the Ravens trade. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I've been seeing it floating around on Twitter here, and it was finally debunked by Tony Khan himself, the son of the Jags owner. But anyways, so the rumor is that the Ravens and the Jags were working on a trade between with the details being Orlando Brown Jr. for DJ Chark, Baby Shark. However, that rumor is false. Doesn't look like that's going to be happening. If it did happen, be a nice little move there, depending on, the picks and the trades and see that type of stuff. We would have to see all the details. But that rumor is false. So, don't even pay it any mind. Mr. Khan himself, Tony Khan, came out on Twitter and set the rumors straight. So it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. And unfortunately, it looks like most people are going to continue being pissed off at the Ravens for not signing Allen Robinson, A.J. Green, Kenny Golladay, and literally every receiver that's ever stepped foot into the NFL, because the Ravens have to sign every receiver that's a free agent, and they can't just be patient and build the offensive line, which I think is what they're going to be doing. The right receiver will come at the right price for the Ravens, is what I think. And what does that usually mean? A veteran option, someone like a Marvin Jones, and I'm sure Ravens fans are not happy about that, but hey man, that's just how the Ravens do business, and you got to think about it. What top flight receiver is going to want to come to Baltimore? Let's be real here, all right? So listen, in my opinion, build the offensive line, figure out the wide receiver position after that. All right, fellas, thank you so much for joining me, and again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. A lot of new stuff going on, a lot of changes. Yeah, I just want to hear from you guys, man. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to my members as well. And yeah, thank you guys for being patient with me, man. I know it's been a while, but the plan is to get back into making videos pretty regularly. I'm hoping that I can keep that promise. And thank you guys so much for watching Out of the Pistol.